Hey everyone, and thanks so much for tuning in to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're tackling something really, I think, transformative, how you can take these incredible AI models,
Like ChatGPT and others.
exactly, and make them truly yours. We're going to explore building custom AI assistants, really personalizing them.
It's a shift, isn't it? We've all seen how powerful the general models are. They can do so much.
Right.
But what we're talking about today is moving past that, making AI specific to your needs, your knowledge, even your tone.
Yeah, our mission really for this deep dive is to show you how you can get AI working specifically for your own goals.
Because these general AIs, they're amazing, but they don't know you. They lack that specific context.
Precisely. So the big question is, what if you could, sort of train an AI, guide it to be the exact kind of assistant you need?
Imagine that, like a business assistant that just knows your workflows inside and out.
Or maybe a teacher AI that uses your specific teaching style.
Or a content creator that sounds exactly like your brand voice. You wouldn't have to keep correcting it.
Yeah, or even a coach, maybe a therapist type assistant that aligns with your personal philosophy.
It's really a move from, let's say, general purpose AI, that one-size-fits-all approach, towards purpose-built tools. Tools designed for you, like going from a Swiss Army knife to a specialized surgeon's scalpel.
Okay, that's a great analogy. So let's get practical. How can you, listening right now, actually start doing this, building your own AI assistant?
Well, our sources point to basically three main ways to customize these things.
Right.
And the first one is probably the most accessible. It's prompt engineering.
Yes, prompt engineering. We hear that term a lot.
We do. And really, it's all about how you craft your instructions, designing the input you give the AI.
So being really specific with your requests.
Exactly. Very specific. Think of it like giving extremely detailed directions. So instead of just saying, summarize this.
Well, that's what most people do.
Right. You might say something like, act as a copywriter who's an expert in, say, email funnels for SaaS companies. Your tone should be friendly, but persuasive. Summarize this article for busy startup founders and make sure you pull out the key value propositions.
Wow. Okay. So you're giving it a role, a tone, a target audience, the specific task, all in the prompt.
Precisely. You're using your words to kind of program its behavior for that specific interaction.
That makes sense. Okay, so that's prompt engineering. What's the next level?
The next step up, which offers more persistent customization, is using custom GPTs. This is something OpenAI offers if you have a ChatGPT Pro account.
Right, the paid version.
Yeah. And the really cool thing here is you don't need to be a coder.
That's key.
It is. OpenAI lets you basically build your own version of ChatGPT. You give it instructions, you can upload files for it to learn from, set its tone, give it examples.
So you could upload your resume and have it help write cover letters.
Absolutely. Or upload a bunch of your writing so it learns your style. Or feed it your project plan so it understands the context when you ask for help brainstorming.
Okay, uploading files seems like a game changer there, giving it your specific knowledge.
It really is.
Yeah.
Think PDFs, CSVs, your company's brand guidelines, whatever is relevant. You tell it how to use that information.
That opens up so much potential. Okay, so prompt engineering, custom GPTs.
Yeah.
What's a third method? You mentioned it's a bit more advanced.
Yes, the third way is fine-tuning. This is definitely the more technical approach.
Okay.
It involves taking a base AI model and actually training it further on your own data set. So not just giving it files to reference, but actually modifying the model's parameters based on your data.
Right, so that sounds like it needs more technical skill, maybe more data too.
It does. You need a good amount of high-quality data and some technical know-how or resources to help, but the payoff can be significant.
In what way? What does fine-tuning get you that the others might not?
Primarily, it's about achieving really high consistency, especially in the structure of the output. If you need replies in a very specific JSON format every single time, for example, or if you need deep domain expertise in a very niche area or a very specific nuanced style that's hard to capture just with instructions, fine-tuning can embed that more deeply.
Got it. So 3 levels: prompting, custom GPTs for no-code building with knowledge, and fine-tuning for deep specialization.
That's a good summary.
Okay, focus on the custom GPI builder from OpenAI, since that seems like a really practical starting point for many listeners. Can you walk us through the basic steps?
Sure. So first step, you need that ChatGPT Pro account.
Right, the subscription.
Once you're logged in, you look for Explore GPTs in the sidebar usually. Click that, and then you'll see a button like Create or Create a GPT.
Okay.
Clicking that starts a kind of setup wizard. It guides you through. First, you give your GPT a name, maybe a little icon, and a description of what it does.
Simple enough.
Then comes the crucial part, the instructions. This is where you tell it how to behave.
Yeah.
What's its personality? What should it do? What should it not do? Think of it like writing its job description.
Be really clear here, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. Clarity is key. Then you get the option to upload files. We talked about this, PDFs, text files, spreadsheets, maybe brand guidelines. This becomes its knowledge base.
And you can set the tone, too, right?
Yes, you can configure things like whether it should be professional, playful, concise, technical.
Hmm.
You tailor its personality. And you can also set up actions to connect it to other tools, but that's a bit more advanced.
Let's stick with the basics for now. That process sounds quite straightforward, actually.
It's designed to be pretty user-friendly.
Our sources had a good business example, a real estate agency. How might they use this?
Oh, that's a perfect case.
Hmm.
Imagine a real estate business creates a custom GPT. They could upload, say, their monthly local market reports,
Okay.
all their standard answers to common buyer and seller questions, maybe examples of their best property listing descriptions. So now their team, or even clients maybe, could ask us GPT questions like, what's the average price per square foot in this neighborhood? Or draft a listing description for this new property using our usual style.
And it would pull from those uploaded reports and examples.
Exactly. It answers based on their specific data and writes in their specific tone. It becomes a really efficient internal resource or even a client-facing helper.
That saves a ton of time, I bet, instead of digging through reports or rewriting standard answers.
Huge efficiency gain. Frees up the human agents for the more complex stuff, negotiations, client relationships.
Okay, so the custom GPT builder is powerful within ChatGPT. But what if you want to connect your custom AI to, say, your email system or your CRM or build more complex automations?
Yeah, that's where you start looking beyond just the OpenAI platform itself and into the wider ecosystem of tools.
Your tools.
Lots more tools. For developers, for instance, there are frameworks like LangChain. These are libraries that help you chain language models together with other data sources, APIs, and logic. Very powerful for building complex applications.
Okay, but that sounds like it requires coding skills.
It generally does, yes. But for non-coders, there are fantastic options too. Platforms like Zapier AI or Make.com.
Ah, Zapier Make, people might know those for general automation.
Exactly. And now they have AI capabilities built in. So you can create workflows where your custom GPT interacts with your other apps. Like maybe it drafts an email and Zapier sends it, or it summarizes notes and adds them to your project management tool.
So you could automate chains of tasks involving your personalized AI.
Precisely. No code or low code automation.
What about that knowledge base aspect? You mentioned uploading files to custom GPTs, but are there more advanced ways to manage that knowledge?
Yes, absolutely. If you're dealing with really large amounts of information or need very fast and sophisticated searching over your documents, you'd look at vector databases.
Vector databases,
Yeah.
like Pinecone or Weaviate, Chroma.
Those are the big ones, yeah. They're specialized databases designed to store and retrieve information based on meaning, not just keywords.
Mm-hmm.
It allows your AI to access relevant information from vast data sets much more effectively than just stuffing files into a prompt.
Okay, so that's for building really robust, searchable knowledge for your AI.
Correct. And then you also see AI getting embedded directly into the tools teams already use.
Like how?
Think Notion AI, Slack has GPT integrations, Salesforce Einstein GPT. The AI is appearing right inside your collaboration or CRM platform, often allowing for customization based on your company's data.
So it becomes part of the daily workflow almost seamlessly.
That's the goal, making it easy to leverage these capabilities where you already work. So you have options whether you code or not.
It's really impressive how quickly this landscape is evolving. Let's talk about some real-world uses. How are people actually applying these custom AI assistants right now?
Oh, there are some really inspiring examples out there. We're seeing authors, for instance, creating AI co-writer.
Co-writers, how does that work?
They train a GPT on their own published works, their notes, their style guides. Then the AI can help them brainstorm, draft sections, or even edit, all while staying true to their unique voice.
Wow, like having an assistant who already knows exactly how you write.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or think about coaches, business coaches, life coaches. They're developing GPTs trained on their specific programs and methodologies
To do what?
to provide clients with personalized advice, maybe answer questions, or reinforce learnings between their actual coaching sessions. It extends their reach.
That's clever. What else?
Sales teams are building AI pitch writers. Feed it all the product specs, case studies, target customer profiles.
And it drafts tailored emails or proposals.
Yep, gets that first draft done quickly, customized for the prospect. Startups, too, are using them heavily for customer service. Train a GPT on all your FAQ documents, help guides.
And it can handle a lot of the initial customer queries.
A significant chunk, yeah.
Yeah.
Freeing up human support agents for the more complex issues.
It sounds like internal tools are a big area too, not just customer-facing stuff.
Absolutely huge. Imagine an onboarding assistant for new hires, trained on all the company policies, procedures, team structures.
So the new person can just ask the AI instead of bothering colleagues constantly?
Exactly. Or an SOP helper. Need to know the process for submitting expenses. Just ask the internal GPT. It pulls up the right procedure instantly, enhances knowledge sharing, boosts efficiency internally.
The possibilities seem almost endless. But like any powerful tech, there must be things to watch out for. Pitfalls.
Definitely. It's not magic, and you could run into problems if you're not careful. One common one is overfitting.
Overfitting. What's that exactly?
It's when you train your AI on data that's too narrow or too repetitive, gets really good at that specific data.
But falls apart on anything slightly different.
Precisely. It fails to generalize. So you need diverse training data, not just one document repeated over and over.
Makes sense. What else?
Data quality is massive. Garbage in, garbage out, it's cliche, but so true for AI.
Right. If your source documents are inaccurate or messy.
Your AI's outputs will be inaccurate or messy. You need clean, correct, well-structured input data for the best results.
Okay, data quality. Check.
Then there's the instructions themselves. Confusing or ambiguous prompts lead to confusing or useless answers.
So clarity in the instructions is vital, like we discussed with prompt engineering.
Absolutely. Be clear, be structured. And finally, a really important one, privacy risks.
Uploading your data.
Exactly. You need to be really careful about what data you upload and where you upload it. Don't put sensitive personal info or confidential business data onto platforms if you're not 100% sure about their security and data handling policies.
That's a critical warning. Always check the terms and security practices.
Always.
Okay, so we've covered the why, the how, the tools, the uses, the pitfalls. Let's look ahead. What's the future hold for these personalized AI assistants? Where is this all going?
I think we're really just scratching the surface. The vision is these assistants becoming much more deeply integrated into our daily lives, both personal and professional.
Like how so?
Imagine having a truly personal tutor AI, one that doesn't just know the subject, but knows your learning style, your pace, your weaknesses, and adapts constantly.
Tailored education on demand.
Or a business strategist AI, fed with real-time market data, your company's financials, your strategic goals, providing truly bespoke advice.
Like a consultant in your pocket.
Yeah. Or a creative partner that really understands your aesthetic, your influences, helps you break through creative blocks. Maybe even, down the line, AI companions offering personalized mental wellness support, aligned with your values.
It sounds like a fundamental shift, maybe from hiring lots of different specialists.
To configuring a single adaptable AI core to perform many of those specialized roles for you.
That's a provocative thought.
And looking even further out, maybe these assistants learn about our habits, our preferences across different apps. They track our goals, maybe even help us align our actions with our stated values. They could evolve into genuine digital partners.
Wow. True digital partners. That's quite a future to contemplate.
It's moving fast.
Well, this has been incredibly insightful. We've really covered the landscape, why you'd want to personalize AI, the main ways to do it from prompting up to fine-tuning, the practical steps with tools like custom GPTs, real examples, and things to watch out for.
And hopefully the big takeaway for you listening is that this power is becoming more accessible. Whether you're running a business, studying, creating content, you can start making AI work much more specifically for you.
It really feels empowering. So thanks again for joining us for this deep dive into custom AI.
My pleasure.
And a huge thank you to you, our listeners, for your support. If you found this useful, if it sparked some ideas, we'd be really grateful if you'd subscribe to Echoes of the Past and maybe share it with a friend or colleague who might find it interesting too.
Your support really helps us keep exploring these topics.
Absolutely. Until our next deep dive, thanks for listening.